Hello, Star Citizens, and welcome to another episode of Star Citizen Nightly. Not a whole lot of news today, but I do want to clarify the contest, okay? Because I did have a lot of questions about the contest. So, there is one game package being given away, and that is a Aurora MR, an MPUV tractor, and a Ursa Medevac. That comes with the game package, and that comes with lifetime insurance. That is part of the contest giveaway. There's a second option for that. The third option is already gone. The second option is a Saber Firebird with the game package and lifetime insurance. So, or actually, I don't know if that one has a game package. I think that one only has, it's just the Firebird with lifetime insurance. That one doesn't have a game package. So, those are the two contest giveaways. And in order to win the contest, essentially, you have to add 3 people to the game, and they have to purchase the game. So, 2 of those people have to be using the code that's on the screen now. And then the third person can be for any other person that you want, and all you do is send me a screenshot. So essentially, they sign up for the game, they purchase a game package or whatever else they want to purchase in the game, and then it'll show up on my referral screen, and then you can send the third one to whoever you want, including yourself, and then all you do is just give me proof that you've added that third one, and then you win the contest. So I just wanted to clarify that because there were a few people who I guess didn't see the other video. So just to clarify that, separate from that, there's our regular giveaway, which is we give away a ship every month. That's the one that comes out of my pocket. And that ship has yet to be determined because I'm waiting for Alien Week, because it's going to be an alien ship. I just don't know which one. And yeah, that contest, you have to like or dislike all the videos from the month, and you have to leave a comment on all the videos from the month, and then you will be entered to win. And then I will pick that comment randomly and just verify that you've done all the things. Okay, so separate giveaways, the contest giveaway and the regular monthly giveaway. Okay, so that's the first part of the video. I just wanted to clarify that. Next, let's go through the monthly report, because Star Citizen did release their monthly report today. Not much news from developers, so we'll do that part last. But let's go through this monthly report and see if there's anything interesting in here. All right. Okay, so the first thing here we have is AI tech is getting better. Essentially, NPCs are going to start understanding when cover is being destroyed, and basically they won't be trying to hide behind nothing, which is great because that actually makes it feel like I'm actually fighting people who know what they're doing, rather than there being some like crazy thing happening where they just are like think they're hiding behind something and they're just standing there and they get shot easily. Yes, it makes bunkers easier, but like it's still a game. I would like to actually defeat the people I'm shooting at so I could feel like I'm doing something. Otherwise, I'll just go play some single player game and use cheat codes or something if I just want all the enemies to stand still. Looks like they're working on the space cow as well, so that's really cool. Looks like they're also working on some armors, utility armor. So this is a thing that I noticed with so they released those suits the other day, the hazmat suits. I think it was the subscriber flare stuff. And I feel like those should be utility armors, not just clothing. So I'm hoping that they fix that. I feel like you should have utility armor, then combat armor, and then you should have clothes and all that stuff. And I think it would make way more sense for those hazmat suits to be utility armor, because I think that's kind of the point, right? The heavy specialist armor coming. I like that. So heavy specialist armor, I'm guessing, would be like, maybe you specialize in carrying like a heavier weapon. So maybe it like the you can carry more ammunition on that one if you have like not a railgun, but like a minigun type of, like a LMG. Maybe they like focus it on the weapons that you're using, and then that way, you know, if you are using, maybe if you're using a railgun, instead of it being like, oh, you have all this extra ammunition, if you're wearing that suit, maybe the railgun is more stable while you're wearing that suit or something like that. So that would make a whole lot of sense. We're also getting some more character customizer stuff. So this hair still not in the character customizer, and it says they're gonna give us that in the future release, but I hope it's sooner rather than later. And then there's some stuff that we already kind of knew. So the Aegis Retaliator cargo and bomber modules, they came to gold standard. They got Lot 0 on the Zeus Mark II. So I don't actually own a Zeus Mark II. I've had other ships, you know, come around since then and take the Zeus's place. But I am a huge fan of the ES, and actually I'm a huge fan of the whole series. Actually, I think the whole series is actually really good. The CL is really good too, as far as I think it's one of the better mid-range cargo ships. Like, I think if you only have a Mercury for cargo and no other reason, then you probably should switch to the Zeus. But the Mercury is going to be a little faster though, so just be aware of that. What else we got? I think let's see. Oh, they had the choose your character contest. Yep. Oh man, just a lot of community stuff here. All right, so we have a multi-tool refactor coming, where it's going to make it a lot more easier to use. Primary action going to be on the left mouse button, secondary action on the right. I love it. Okay, a few things here. Charge and drain are coming to the resource network. So essentially, you'll be able to do distortion damage to ship components, and you know, you can reverse that damage as well. And then quantum travel is getting a little bit of a change, so it can work with server meshing. Engineering mode in Arena Commander is getting some updates. So obviously engineering mode isn't coming until 4.0. Well, the Arena Commanders is in now, but the engineering mode for like the game isn't actually coming until 4.0. So now they're making it to where those can be repaired. So that's going to be cool for the game when it comes out. I'm really looking forward to like large ships having this major purpose where, like, you know, you can get 5 to 10 people on a ship and everybody's running around doing something, rather than just like, I'll just sit in a turret, or I'll just sit in, you know, a mining turret, or all different versions of turrets. So now you can fix the ship up as it gets damaged, and I think that's really cool. Okay, they got jump drive failure working. So essentially, if your jump drive gets damaged, then you can fall out of a jump. Now, this obviously is, I just want to clarify, this isn't quantum traveling, this is jumping. So this is from system to system, right? So if you're jumping and your jump drive is damaged, you can fall out. Now, they said that's a initial version, so my guess is we're probably still not getting that till 4.0. But still, it's cool to see that they're working on this stuff to make sure that it feels realistic. Like, it's not just like you enter a jump portal or a jump point and you automatically go to the other side. Like, you actually have to like navigate that thing, and it's kind of dangerous. And it could be a failure point for, especially like, let's say you're doing a cargo mission and you want to go take some cargo to another system because that's where you're going to make the most money at. It's not just, okay, I'm going from point A to point B and all I have to do is just fly. No, you have to fly correctly, and you have to, you know, navigate these treacherous jump points. I think that's going to add some really cool gameplay. All right, what else? Okay, this is something here. Finally, we're getting some radar and scanning in FPS mode. Okay, team activated FPS radar and other experimental radar features across Arena Commander. That's gonna be cool. So I can imagine, you know, doing FPS, you know, Arena Commander stuff, and like you ping and then it gives away your location and everybody's running towards you, but then you know set a trap and like you're standing up above and you wait for everybody to go to where you got pinged at, and then you're just lobbing grenades down and blowing it. Like that's gonna be really cool. Like I can see a lot of fun gameplay coming out of that. Oh, this is really cool. They're working on a EVA only map for FPS game modes. That's gonna be cool. Like no, you can't just like run around. No jumping to get away from bullets. No side strafe. Well, I guess you can still side strafe, but still, that's gonna be really fun. I can imagine having a lot of fun in an EVA only mode, especially if there's like debris floating around and you really gotta like aim really tight. Ah, this is gonna be awesome. Oh, I'm so excited for this stuff. There's so much stuff coming. Like normally when I read a monthly report, I don't see as much stuff like that. I'm like, oh, I see like maybe 1 or 2 things, but these monthly reports, I think they're ramping up. I think we're going somewhere, folks. Okay, let's stop here. This is pretty cool. So I think we're getting our look at the freight manager here. Okay, so it's telling you if you have stuff in the warehouse or what you're putting on the elevator, which is really freaking cool. Like I'm hoping that the entire, you know, inventory system gets a little bit more work, because I'm still having a few issues with it, like just transferring little basic stuff. So I hope they're still bug fixing on that, which I'm sure they are. But this is a whole different level. This is what I didn't know how much I needed it, but what an issue that I had was I was going into the game and then I realized I wanted to take the Nursa with me, and then I was like, oh wait, that means now my home planet is set to New Babbage, but that would normally mean you have to travel to New Babbage and you have to get it out of the garage and so on and so forth. But imagine if you're, you know, at ArcCorp and you got to travel all the way to the other side, you know. So yeah, this is I'm really hoping that this comes in handy. I'm gonna try to make some money before it comes in, so that when it comes in that I'm not completely dependent on it and that I could just do it for fun. But yeah, this already, just looking at this screen, gives me so much hope, and I can't wait for it. I'm thinking that we'll get .2, not this week. Ooh, probably not next week. When will we get it? Yeah, I think we'll probably get it, if not June 17th, we'll get it the week of June 17th. So no later than June 21st is my guess. So we should be able to get in those freights here pretty soon. Let's see what else we got in here. Okay, so if you've been watching all of the nightly episodes, then you'll know that this is actually something that the devs talked about. So this is a key moment here, right? Because one of the things that I was wondering when I hear, or well, I guess when I see devs talk in those little comm links or in Spectrum, I always wonder, like, are they actually working on this stuff, or is this like, you know, are they just saying this stuff because they're just trying to give general answers and they don't want to get people's hopes up? So this is connecting the dots, all right? There was, I think it was either episode 1 or 2, where they talked about the missions for Copians, like being like giving you all this money or whatever, but then like doing a bunker you make less money. And here we are, we're seeing it. It says that they're doing an effort versus reward algorithm, and they're basically going to be, the mission rewards are going to be based on time and difficulty to complete. So devs aren't just talking when they're doing those comm link, or when they're doing, not just comm links, but when they're doing the those Spectrum posts, they're really giving you real information. This is like, we saw this, if you watched all the episodes, you saw that from start to finish. They're really working on this stuff. So and that would mean that technically they worked on this before that comment was made, but it's very possible that they added this in after the comment was made, like, hey, this is something that we really need to fix. So hey, posts on Spectrum work, folks. If this should be your proof. I mean, you got to get a bunch of people to upvote it, but it looks like it works. Okay, definitely something new. So we got liquid containers. This is really cool. So hey, if you're gonna do cargo missions, this has got to happen. So with liquid containers, that also opens up the idea that maybe some of these have fuel in them, and you'll be able to do some hand to ship refueling, which might make, you know, certain ships able to refuel themselves. I don't know. That'll be cool though, if you could just like say, oh, you know what, I got this huge cargo, this huge cargo area in the back of my ship. Let me, you know, pop a few like fuel containers on, and then I'll just refuel my ship. And maybe it takes way longer than refueling your ship would be if you just like, you know, had a starfarer do it, or if you did it at a base. But like, I can imagine you like being able to refuel your own ship. Just, you know, go park somewhere and refuel your own ship, and then keep going on your journey. Obviously, once the containers run out, the fuel runs out, but I can see that being a really cool thing. Okay, so there's going to be a new cave archetype coming. It says here they're working on the lighting for the once they finalized the work for the instance hangars. Now they're starting to look at this new cave archetype. So I haven't really played in caves. I think I went to one cave, maybe one or two caves, just to like kind of see what was in there. But I think the only time I have been to more caves. There was like a few FPS missions, I believe, that took me to caves, and there were like people living in a cave, and I had to like get them out of there. But yeah, I don't spend a lot of time in caves, so I'm glad that they're adding something to caves here. Oh, okay. This is gonna be big, folks. This is gonna be big. All right, listen up here. Okay, so pyro-based repair missions are being actively designed. When you hear the word actively designed, that means they're working on it. Pyro-based repair missions are actively being designed. These involve replacing components, containing radiation, power management via charge and drain. Now, obviously, we already talked earlier about how there was going to be things where you could take the component out and repair it from 0 health, right? If repair missions are coming, that means repair gameplay is coming, which probably means repair ships are coming. Remember, they talked about how if they're not working on the gameplay, then they're not working on the ships that come with the gameplay, right? If they're working on repair, we might be getting our repair ships, folks. At the very least, we're getting one of three things. We're going to get the Vulcan, we're going to get the Crucible, or we're going to get, at the very least, and this would be the least of all three, the drones that work in the Carrack, the repair drones that work in the Carrack. Now, I think it would be really weird to only have the Carrack be the only vehicle that can repair anything. So my guess is we get at least some work done. I'm not saying that it's just going to come along with Pyro, but my guess is we get some work done on drones for the first time with this repair stuff. Now, obviously, it could just be like repair gun stuff. That would be a little boring, but you know, I guess that would be the fourth option. It could just be repair drone or repair gun things, like you move parts with your tractor beam, you repair stuff with your repair gun. So I guess it could be that. I guess that would be the least. But if they're working on repair missions, they have to be signaling that repair something is coming. And it makes sense if you're going to put engineering into the game, that you're also going to support engineering in the game. So it just makes sense. All right, let's see what else we got. Okay, so it says here VFX also completed effects passes on several new vehicles, including for thrusters and damage. Work also began on jump point effects. These have existed as prototypes for a while, but the team focused on getting the effects fully functional, working closely with VFX programmers and the feature team. So it said including for thrusters and damage. So my guess is this was work on the Saber Firebird, because that's the only new ship that we got in game. So I think that's what that's on, but it said vehicles. So it also could be ships and vehicles, because sometimes CIG doesn't differentiate between vehicles and ships. So It could be all of the things that we got, but my guess is I think we're going to see a new ship for Alien Week. And I also think, I don't know if it'll be straight to flyable or anything like that, because we just got a few straight to flyables. But I think we're going to see a new ship. I think the Raylan might be coming. And I also think that we're also going to see another new ship within the next 3 months. So by the end of September, I think we'll see another new ship. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Yet another thing that comes from following what the devs are talking about. I think it was episode 3 or 4. We actually talked about the launcher, the new version of the launcher, which essentially is going to address issues, it says here, of authentication, arrow handling, and other bugs that were reported on the 2.0 version. And then we'll have a more stable and reliable experience. So again, the devs, when they talk, you got to follow it. It's showing you that the devs are actually fixing this stuff that they're talking about in Spectrum. Okay, I think that's it for the monthly report. Let's hop over to the dev commentary here. All right, so this is CitizenCon 2954 volunteers. They have officially opened the applications. So if you want to volunteer for CitizenCon, you can go in and volunteer. I think I would do it if it was here in the US, but I don't think I want to take like a volunteer spot from people who like live in Manchester, because I think if you volunteer, you get to like actually go. I'm not 100% sure how that works, but I have a ticket, so I'm just gonna go. But if they say like in the last few days, hey, we're hurting for volunteers, then I would definitely volunteer. But yeah, I'm gonna be in Manchester for the first time. I've never been to Manchester. I'm gonna have fun. So yeah, this is gonna be really cool. I think there's going to be people in Manchester that are going to want to do a lot of this, especially if they're CitizenCon fans. But really, we need to get to the dev comment here. It says, we have just started yesterday reviewing 250 applications received, and we aim to contact everyone by next month. Thanks for your patience, and we know you need the information as soon as possible to prepare your travels, and we're working diligently. Okay, there you have it. 250 plus applications for to be a volunteer at CitizenCon. So I don't think they're going to be hurting. All right. So this one is on commodities. It says, how will the commodities trading work for them? I'm not sure what that's. Will the existing mining research outpost be updated with cargo elevators? Oh, and then they have an image here. Ah, okay. So basically, it's just going to be this gigantic box that they add to landing pads on outposts, and you know it has to get cargo elevated into there. So obviously, the majority of the way this makes sense to me is obviously whatever the mining place is would be underground. So it would make sense for you to take materials from underground or deliver materials underground if they have like their science or research outposts underground. So that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. This one might have been long because of the monthly report. There was some cool stuff in that monthly report, some stuff that I'm looking forward to. But I think this is going to be a good month for Star Citizen. I think normally after Invictus we have a little bit of a lull, so it's good to see that stuff is still happening, stuff is still moving, and I know everybody's looking forward to 3.23.2. I always mess that up. I think the .2 patch is going to really change the way that we play Star Citizen, just like 2.3 changed it. But I kind of like that it was a little like I was mad at first because I was like, you had 5 months CIG, but at the same time I'm like, well, yeah, you had 5 months, but at the same time we had to get acclimated to a lot. So I think this gave us time to get acclimated to pretty much everything else. So now when the freight elevators come, that's just like the one thing that we have to get acclimated to. But yeah, and then after that, 4.0. I don't know if we'll go to 4.0. I think we'll have like a .3 and .4. We'll have some smaller stuff added to the game. maybe bug fixes or little things that get added, little changes to stuff now that they'll have some data to work with in the 3.23 patch. But yeah, I think this is a great time to play Star Citizen, folks. I know I'm hopping in. All right, that's it for this one. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for spending your time with us. Peace.